Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV, church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina and Clovis, special guests. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministries.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, RHOA Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.
Well, good evening, everyone. Hello. How y'all doing?
Doing great.
All right.
Happy to be here. Excited. I knew we had to do this show. Like, ain't no way we could have skipped the reunion, Regina. We couldn't do it.
Jonathan, I had to call the boss. I was like, I'm texting the boss. Jonathan, are we doing the show tonight? Jonathan, or what are we doing? And when the boss, Jonathan, said, we have to do the show tonight, I was like, okay. I was like, okay, let me get a thumbnail. Let me get a quick thumbnail real quick.
Right.
But let me tell y'all, this episode, I got a lot to say, but also I am going to be making a little announcement. I'm praying about it right now, but I want to tell y'all something. Y'all are going to need to subscribe to JoJo Speaks. I'm going to just tell y'all that right now. That's a little cue into what my announcement is going to be.
Okay.
Y'all need to subscribe to JoJo Speaks if you have not become a subscriber yet. That's clue number 1. And if you want to continue to hear these reviews on this Housewives of Atlanta next season, you're going to need to subscribe to JoJo Speaks.
We're going to be talking about it.
That's clue number 2.
Okay.
Regina, Regina. In my Shondo of Shondos, I was literally thinking the same thing.
Come on, Light.
Today.
You and I, Light, you and I are like, I felt like Jennifer today watching this show. I was like, Jonathan got me to force me to watch this.
Oh, Lord.
I felt just like
it's all his
Jennifer.
fault.
I said, that dang on Jonathan. Don't force me to watch this.
It was a mess. It was.
And Jonathan, I know Jonathan happy that he is my brother. Because that's literally the only pull that he got. That got me watching this foolishness.
He is lucky I'm still boo number 1. I might drop down to boo number 2 after this little announcement. But y'all, this one, y'all, because I love Jonathan. And I said, okay, let me go ahead. Let me run with Jonathan. But you know what I am still loving? Housewives of New York. I am still loving Housewives of New York.
Yes, we have
I
to
am
get
still
back to
loving it.
talking about that. We really
It's
do.
been
Mhm.
Next
very
week, next
solid.
week.
Agreed.
It
Yes, next
has.
week, that's going to be the talk. Of course, we'll probably put in a little bit more because reunion 2 from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, maybe
Right.
Aaron next week also. But all of you who have watched, get on in these comments. Y'all tell us what
Come
y'all thought
on.
now. Get in these comments. Remember, over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show, we shady but nice. We loving and kind. No cussing and
Yes.
fussing. We are all
Right.
love over here. So as we say hello
All
to
of
the
that. All
beautiful
of
light,
that. Yes.
all right. As we say hello to the beautiful light of the Leo, y'all remember to subscribe to her channel as well, the Light of the Leo. Y'all go over there on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those channels, and subscribe.
Yes.
And y'all already know Jojo Speaks. Y'all go over there, subscribe, like, and share his channel as well.
Please
Let
do.
me say hello to Aaron, y'all. I mean to Robin. Look, I'm so used to saying first to Aaron, but look who be Aaron in. Robin.
All right now. Hey.
Hey, Robin. Robin beat Aaron in. She was
Hey,
like,
Robin,
okay,
that's my ace boom. That's my ace boom coon right there.
right? Let me tell you, Robin is a delight. So
Yes, she
Robin
is.
says, I will be tuning in to see what happened. I watch some of these shows through this channel. See, Robin, like you and me, Jennifer. She like you and me. We just watch because
Right.
And I'm telling y'all, before doing this show right here, just so I could be prepared, I literally only watched through Alex Rogers and whenever Funky Donnie even made a video about it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
y'all say hello to Aaron. Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
Aaron.
all of you who are joining us, remember to follow the leader. Aaron is reminding you all to click like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching this on one of our other multiple channels, we do ask that you come on over here to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Look for the red mug and microphone. If you're not a subscriber, become a subscriber today. Click that subscribe button. Thank y'all for joining us, and we love our new subscribers. You guys, I am so ready to get and have this chat. Dustin is here. Hey, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
How you doing, Dustin? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Robin is saying, Happy Labor Day. Remember, it's not about BBQ. It's about the work of the American labor movement. You better remind them what history is,
That's
girl.
right. Yes. Come on, history
Remind
lesson.
us. Remind us. Come on now. She also says the American labor movement is why you have occupational health and safety measures. Come on now. It ain't just about what chicken leg is on the grill with next to the thigh.
Right.
Though it is an important conversation.
It is. I mean, the barbecue has to be had. I mean, it is a necessity, honey. Okay.
But we
Oh,
understand
my
the
gracious.
reason for the day.
Yes.
I love y'all. I love y'all, love y'all, love y'all for that. I love y'all. All right. So let's go over here. Let me get out of here. Oh, wait. Something else is going on here.
Uh-oh. What's up?
Wait, let's see. Where did my dashboard go? Where did my dashboard go? All right, there we
Oh,
go.
that,
Okay.
But
See,
it's over there.
the computer wants to act up too. It's like, why am I here today? The
Okay,
computer
not
is like,
today.
right.
All right, you guys. So thank you so much, Robin, for this wonderful Labor Day information. She says the American labor movement is why you have every other weekend off if you are a hospital worker.
Wow. That's good.
I didn't know
Okay,
that. I
listen.
did not know
She
that.
is filling our chat with so much labor information. Also, one of the reasons why Labor Day weekend is so important and Labor Day is so important is this is why you have paid vacations. That's what she's saying, paid vacations. Labor
Wow.
Day is more than just the barbecue.
Yes.
She's also saying she loves us all. Thank you so very much. Putting all this information in the chat. Thank you so very much. Look at all this valuable information. Look at
Okay.
all. She is a knowledge of wealth, y'all. Knowledge.
Wealth of knowledge.
Oh,
Which one is it?
Wealth
Knowledge,
of
wealth of knowledge. Thank
wealth.
you, Light. She's a wealth of knowledge. Child, she a knowledge of wealth too.
okay. I mean, it is what it is.
That's the country version. Dustin, I'm not sure if we're dropping that link right now. We may want to get through a little bit, half of the show, and then we'll drop the link. But we'll ask the boss, Jojo, what would you like to do, Jojo? Because I know you got a lot to get through.
Yeah, let's get through a little bit of it, and then
Yes.
if we have time at the end, we can let other people join in.
Let's do it.
Yes, because we want to get the valuable information. We love your comments as well, Dustin. So we're not on 2 hours like the Queen, the diva. We on for 1 hour.
Right.
And let me tell you something. If it wasn't for this here job, hey, I'd be up in the space, okay? I'd be here. But okay.
Yes, but we have several more shows coming on, Dustin, where we will be dropping that link and inviting everybody on. But you guys, let's go ahead and get started with this chit chat tonight. So this was the reunion.
Can I start off real quick with 2 comments on
Yes,
on the
please.
ladies' outfits, because I know we discussed our thoughts on their dresses, but we didn't see how they were sitting, and we didn't see
Yes.
them really on TV in live action. I must say,
Mhm.
Kenya's breasts were so distracting. I mean, they were just out the entire time, and I'm like, girl, like it was. I love the dress. Don't get me wrong. Like I love everything else about the dress, but it was just a little too much.
They
And
were
second,
distracting for me.
they were distracting for me. I must say. And then second, I have to say, Sheree's dress looks so cheap on
That's what
that
I was trying to
stage.
tell you,
Like
Jonathan.
it looked so like I didn't notice. I don't know why I didn't notice it, Jennifer, but it just looked like such cheap fabric, like a satin. It was just yeah. It looked like Project Runway reject, like somebody who didn't make it onto the show. Like
No,
it
no,
was
seriously. It would lose a challenge.
yeah, it
Oh.
was. But let's get started.
Well,
Regina, let's
Sheree
get
did
started.
say during the reunion, as they were cutting back to get ready to start back filming, when they were like on the little commercial thing, and then they came on, and she said, "Oh, this thing keeps coming up, keeps coming up." So we know there was some discomfort
Yeah.
Right, it
with
looked uncomfortable.
And I do
with
want
it
to
as well.
say, I know that there are some people that like Courtney's dress, but I personally feel like it made her look like an arachnid. It looked like
I I felt like it looked like ice capades on crack. It
it
was
was it
too
was
much.
it
You
looked like more
guys,
like alien, like it was a
yes,
It did
situation. You know
not.
what I'm
It was
saying?
I
not cute.
I
It
thought
It
really
he
was,
flew in
wasn't
on a
cute.
spaceship.
I didn't
I
like
thought
it.
spaceship is spaceship.
she,
Yes,
she
very much so. I agree
she
with
got it
that.
from one of them non-humans. But
Right.
what now I can say that Candy's dress looked better during the
Yes.
actual
I would agree.
show than while on. But as for anybody else with boobage issues, I was cool with Kenya. It was Drew's boobage that was like coming out. You could see it was on its way out to say hello
It
and
was.
goodbye.
They wanted to
Drew.
make a special appearance. Absolutely. Yes.
Drew. And
But
it wasn't cute either. It wasn't even a cute appearance they were trying to make either. Drew.
and Sonia
Drew.
had to tell her, pull up, girl,
Yeah.
pull up, honey.
You don't
Okay.
feel that?
Mhm.
Oh, child.
Yeah, it wasn't. Hey, Latoya.
Hey, Latoya.
Hey, hey. Y'all, Robin says this. She says, I didn't watch, but there is a running theme against the housewives where they prop up and display their boobs, and all their plastic surgery is on display
Mm.
too. Ooh.
The plastic
Yeah.
surgery they deny.
Right. And that's the thing. Like Marlo mentioned, everybody on this stage has had some type of plastic surgery, has
Something.
gone under the knife at least once. Now, I don't know what Sonia might have had done, but I believe that about everybody else.
Ain't nobody deny it. Ain't not one of them
That's
denied it.
true. That's
Not
very
one.
true.
Sheree did.
No,
No,
she didn't
Sheree
deny.
said
No,
that.
she didn't deny.
Sheree
She
said she had her nose
she had to
done.
be quiet because Andy was just talking about her new nose job, so she had to be quiet.
And
So
don't
much
you
she
find
couldn't
it
breathe, so
funny?
she decided to do a little something with her nose. Y'all say hello to Michael.
Hey,
Hey, Michael.
Mike.
What up? I love it. I love it. Jonathan, go ahead, child.
Is it just me, or is it every time someone talks about a no job, they have breathing problems? Karen said the same thing on season 5 reunion. I was having a little trouble breathing, so they just had to take it like. So you've had this nose all of your life, and all of a sudden, now that you're older, you're having trouble breathing. Girl,
And you ain't
just
taking
say
no
you
sign off, no sign X, no none of that.
right.
You ain't got.
Exactly.
Come on now, y'all. Stop.
Just
Stop.
just keep it real. Just keep
Just
it
stay with. Just say
real.
you ain't like your nose, girl. You ain't like your nose. Maybe
That's
Martell said something about your nose, and you decided let me go get some surgery.
okay. Just be real, honey. Just be
Mhm.
real.
Yeah. Mike said, I loved Marlo's look the best. Child, when that crazy Kenya talking about Mrs. Roper. Kenya, girl, leave Marlo alone.
That was a good one though. That was
It
a good
was
one.
even Andy was like, not Mrs. Roper. Andy was like, child. But you okay? So Mike said he loved Marlo's look the best. I know she was the most comfortable, not sitting up there tight and
She
all this stuff, and
she
nothing was
definitely
falling out.
was. Had a whole caftan looking thing, moo looking
Mhm.
thing on, child.
What y'all thought about Sheree and her $39 shoes? I loved them.
They were good shoes.
They were.
Loved them.
They were
Yeah,
good looking
they were
shoes.
cute, and she was like, "They're only $39." I
I
wonder if she
wish
got it from Shein.
For all we know, she could have, but I wish she would have did just a little bit more for that dress.
Right.
I had to go there, Shein.
Because that could have been the
Shein
price
and
for
Taylor
her.
Swift.
That could have been the price for her dress as well, $39.99. That's what it looked like.
Not the
But
$39.99 with the train, or was $10 extra for the train?
it might have been $10 extra. It might have been. It looks
Oh,
like
my
one of those prom dresses you see in the mall or at JCPenney. That's what it looked like.
Like, stay away from water.
Yes.
Ooh, my Lord.
So Robin says, because we are friends, I want to share that from the moment I woke up today, I have been craving fried foods. Come on.
Ain't
Come
nothing
on.
wrong with that.
I'm telling you, because you know we like a little fried food too. We do. Look at Latoya. She say, "Hey, Sissy Pooh, Erin. Hey, Robin. I love her. She's so cute." And look, and Robin is saying hello back. Latoya is saying, "Sheree worked my whole entire nerve." You hear me?
She did. Stunts and shows, y'all. Stunts and shows.
And that's
Unnecessarily.
SNS need to go in that she buy news or whatever you call that thing. She buy news. That was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
That was funny. I think I might become a subscriber if she put that thing out for real.
You know, she don't got enough content for that.
No.
I think she only did 6 little copies, and that was it, just to hand out to all the girls. Andy is so funny. He told me, I'm keeping this. It have all the bad reviews about Candy's restaurant.
Okay. Then talking about her clothing store, and it was just.
But you know what's crazy about her putting out all of that? All of it that she's had is more successful than what she's been trying to put out for the 15 years that Candy has had
Even
her
with
stuff
all
out.
Candy's failures, she still is above She by Sheree.
Very much so.
And not only is she not only did they have those issues, but those places are still very much so open and making money.
Did y'all hear Candy admit to getting stuff from Shein and selling it at her store?
Right,
Yeah, but it's true.
Candy had to give her the real deal. I'm not saying that I originally created these designs and putting my stamp on it. I'm saying you can buy Shein at my store. I'm not saying you can buy She by Sheree, who's might have been done by Shein, but you can buy She by Sheree, and that's what you get. No, Candy's keeping it real, and that's what I respect about Candy. She's a true businesswoman. Okay,
let me tell y'all who's really winning this season. Shein.
Okay.
Agreed.
They've been mentioned more times.
Shein and Alibaba.
Child. Okay.
Free publicity. I went to the Shein website and I was like, "Ooh, $7.99." I went to Shein. I was like, "This is some good stuff."
And then she tried to shade Candy for her price points. Who wants to buy $9.99 when you can get $75? Well, I'd rather buy something that's $9.99 as opposed to something that's $75. Girl, get out of here.
So Michael says Michael Jackson set the tone for the breathing issues. Mike.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he definitely did. He did. He did.
Latoya said having breathing problems because that last doctor messed their nose up.
Right. That's what it was. Okay. You had breathing problems from the first nose job. Okay.
Oh, she also said, she said, Jennifer, that's all the money she had left to buy shoes. Ooh.
See, that's what it is.
Okay. Okay.
Right there.
Have y'all ever
Mm-hmm.
heard of a rich woman talking about bill collectors calling them? Ever? Have you ever heard a rich person say, this bill collector called me the other day. I had to tell him, go get it when I get it.
She was showing in that clip, in that moment, she really was showing her slip like, girl, it's like you want to do your best to try to keep the negative stuff out, but you over here confirming what we already know.
Okay.
Robin said, I love that Jonathan calls me his ace boon coon. Lord knows that he often speaks my speech, and I love it.
Yes, we be on the same page all the time,
This is
girl.
true.
That's why we right here.
Absolutely.
And Latoya says, and all of her businesses are still open and thriving. Yes, Gabby's still
Thriving.
open and thriving. Mhm.
Yes.
She also said Tags is a resale store from different brands.
And she
Okay.
didn't say they were, her own fashions,
And she
Right.
said Timo is where it's at. So a lot of people, Timo's purchases are probably going up tremendously. Go ahead, girl.
Right.
Now, I will say with Timu, not saying it's a bad thing, but just make sure you use a different card on your Timu, not your regular card. Just
Ooh.
Wait,
not
what?
the one you put
Wait,
everything on.
wait, I don't get it. What?
So when you don't put your for when you make your purchases for Timu,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
make sure that you don't put your main bank account debit card on there.
And why
Ooh,
do you say that, Jennifer?
yes.
Um,
Allegedly.
allegedly, I have seen some. I be on TikTok, y'all. I
Uh-huh.
have seen a few discrepancies
Uh-oh.
after purchases made through Temu. Now, a lot of
Oh,
people have gotten their stuff and everything like that. It's been really great, but I have seen stories of people saying that, slowly but surely, maybe like $1 came out, $2 came out, three, $400 came
Oh.
out. Yeah, there's a little bit of fraud going on over
oh,
there.
so that's how they able to
Allegedly.
that's how they allegedly able to give all those nice low prices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
So,
So
but it's not just
mhm,
Temu. I've heard that from about Shein as well,
a lot of
allegedly.
stuff.
Possibly, I
Child,
don't know if that's for true, but I've seen a few people talk about that on
child.
TikTok for
Use a
sure.
card that when you dispute the transaction, your bank gets on it. Use one of
Okay.
those cards.
Exactly. Use one of
So
those.
Mikey says Kenya got caught in 3 lies trying to blame Marlo for everything.
She was reaching.
I
I
would I
can
would agree
agree.
with that. I saw Kenya as a
I can agree.
liar on this reunion. I
She was
really
doing a
did.
lot.
And it was like, because it seemed like she did lie a lot when she first got on in her first couple of seasons. And I felt like that sort of kind of went away a little bit. But tonight she proved that she is a little bit of a liar tonight.
Mhm. So Aaron's saying hello to Michael. I love it. And y'all look at Aaron's cute picture with her sister. I love it.
Yes. Aaron got a
Aaron,
haircut, y'all.
yeah, she
Yeah.
posted on her social media site to those friends and family of us that are on there that her and her sister donate their hair to
Hmm.
children with health issues. And so she donates that, and they used to do that with her father, but now this was the first year that they did it without her father. Her and her sister did it. So great
Gorgeous.
kudos to her. Wanted to bring it up, and she looks
It's
still
amazing.
the cutest. Like, I mean, the
Right.
cutest cutie. I mean, so cute. And I
Yes.
love the heart that Aaron has. Beautiful. Thank you, Aaron,
It's
for thinking
beautiful.
of others more than you think of yourself. I love you,
Right.
girl.
Aaron, your hair was about as long as mine is, girl. How do you
Yeah,
you got the locks of it? Yes.
it was very long. So Robin says Sheree probably don't own a slip.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Child, that is
hmm.
funny.
Too
Latoya
much
said, did y'all
Robin.
notice that everyone didn't say they received their She by Sheree? Well,
Right.
Sanya was like, I ain't get my bag. I ain't
Can
get
I
my
can I
Okay.
tell you an issue when she
yeah.
said that she hand delivered hers to Candy.
To Candy. Mm-hmm.
Okay,
So
good.
she don't want Candy to have something negative, but she couldn't do nothing for her
Right.
homegirl Sonya.
No, she made
Mhm.
Oh,
sure
okay.
the businesswoman got what she needed. Okay, that's what it was,
The
Jennifer.
one that tried to hold her to the fire.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
She's trying to make
Okay.
sure Candy knows that I'm about my business, even though she really ain't.
Uh,
Oh, child.
Let's be real. Once
Latoya seems
again,
like she not happy with Cash App either. Okay. Mm-mm. Go ahead. Go
Mm,
ahead, Light.
yeah, I was just gonna say once again, that just looks weird. She made the whole order online. Why are you fulfilling the order?
That was a
I'm
moment. Mm-mm.
I
I
was just
think that was.
wondering.
Mhm. You're welcome, Aaron, and thank you very much. And Michael said everyone did receive it. Okay, they did. Okay, Michael. All
okay.
right.
Okay.
Robin said
I
Erin
love
is
it.
an example of true Christianity. Yes, she
She
is.
is.
Right.
Angel in
Yes.
its perfect form. Yes, she is. So, you guys, let's start off. First of all, when Andy came in before the real camera started rolling, child, Andy was on the floor in his namaste position.
Yes, yes.
In his namaste.
I was
Go ahead,
wondering if
Jonathan.
this was the reason why we didn't get that footage of him going into everyone's dressing room and trying to get a little bit of an update with them before the show starts.
Yes.
I told my mom today he was too busy in Indian style on the set he didn't have no time to be chatting with girls.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, maybe what happened, Andy was probably like, listen, I'm done with y'all too. So let me go out here and just sit and get me a little namaste moment because
Right.
I'm done with y'all. And he had all the namaste set up and everything in there.
Oh,
I
he
just
had
kept
the
thinking of
singing
Teresa.
bowls.
Yeah, he had the little
He had the
bowls and everything.
singing bowls. He even had the little metal Tibetan bowl and the big old
Mhm.
gong in the back. He had it all, honey.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All I kept thinking of was Teresa Giudice, whatever her name is. I was like, oh
Judice.
Lord, Giudice, here
Yes.
she go. Lord, that's another one that needs some prayer, y'all. Lord Jesus.
Did she change her last name after getting divorced?
I don't even know because I X'd them off. I said,
Yeah, I don't care.
I don't care.
I just was like, but I was with Andy with the namaste. Even though I'm a Christian,
Yes.
but I believe and I need solace and peace. And I was like,
Yes, find peace wherever
and
you can find it, y'all. God is
that's
the one that
right.
can give it to you for real. But we all
For
need it.
real. For real. For real. So Andy starts speaking of Sheree's nose job, which we discussed, and Sheree speaks about Martell and allegations of him with other women. And Andy was like, somebody was on the cast was like, well, him with other women. And Sheree was like, well, when he's with me. And I was like, girl, that's your comeback when he with me?
Right.
Oh, girl.
Okay.
Y'all, what y'all thought? I don't even think they still together.
They're not. She said that they weren't together anymore. She said that there was too much noise for her to stay with him. Those are the words that she used. She said there was too much noise,
Yeah.
and so therefore they're not together anymore. We all know that was nothing but a plot line. And then it's whatever. Martell's a non-factor, and so is Sheree.
Yeah, I think Martell used Sheree because he knew the show was filming. He wanted to get that airtime. That's allegedly what I think.
I think they used each other.
Thank
They
you.
probably
That's
did.
what I
Thank you.
believe. Because
Yeah,
they both needed each other.
Right.
Yeah. And Latoya said, if Drew bring one more prop, which that was the lamest, girl, just take that back to the fruit stand you got it from, because I was just like Kenya. I mean, like Marlo, if you get that stuff on my dress.
Right. Just like when she threw a bone on the last season, like, girl, like if you use props, they have to be effective, and your props are ineffective. Okay,
Boo.
Ridiculous, thank you, very ineffective. That was the dumbest thing. She should have just kept that in her bag. Who coaches Drew on these claps?
She needed to call up. Oh, I was just saying, so you needed to call up Sheree's coach. Sheree's coach did a very good job. Just keep on going at her. Keep on going at her, no matter what you say. Just keep on going at her.
Right. What I wanted to say is Drew is clearly lacking in her gaze because her reads are non-existent. Her props are ineffective. She really has no comebacks at all. She's just like a regular girl on the show, where all these other girls clearly have their gaze on their side that are coaching them behind the scenes.
She's run them all away.
Probably. Maybe
okay.
she's tired of them lusting after her man, her husband. But
oh, girl.
Thank you, Rob. And she's talking to Aaron about her grandmother that explains that he was an AME Zion minister and presiding elder. He often brought hobos into their home. When my grandmother inquired, and then she continues, I love it. Y'all keep having these beautiful comments down here. Y'all can comment, chit chat, all that. We love it as long as it's loving and kind in the comments. We love it. Latoya says, my question is, why was the newsletter only about Candy and not everyone? I thought she had squashed the beef with Candy. It was about somebody else. Who else was in there? It was like the first few pages was Candy and the other part was somebody else. And she said she didn't find a good picture of Kenya. So that's why she didn't put it in there, which Andy took that as a pure shade. He laughed so hard on that one. But she was mad at Candy.
She tried to cover up and say, well, she takes too many nice pictures and I just couldn't choose one.
Girl, okay. Michael said Kenya always got a problem with the cast men. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Now let's have a conversation. Kenya always have a problem with the cast men, but the 3 she got on the show wasn't worth nothing. He didn't even put the G on the end. That means they really weren't worth nothing. What y'all think about that? Kenya always, she coming after him, and then she got mad because her guy Rob had a date with Marlo, which they brought up again, and she tried to shame Marlo. with this
Right.
date. Girl, why not Kenya? Here's my thought, and I'll come to you, Jonathan, up the light. My thought is, Kenya, if you had a date with her, just say, listen, they had a date, it didn't work out. I'm glad because I really like the guy. And I'm glad that the date's working out, that we're dating. You don't have to try and make it seem as though you trying to belittle Marlo. That just doesn't make sense to me. You're going to shame some other woman because your dude went out with them, no matter what he told you. Because listen, you won't know the truth until you know the truth of what he said or did.
That's right.
Exactly.
So go ahead, Jonathan. What's your thoughts on that?
This was lie number one that came out of Kenya's mouth when Andy asked her why we didn't see, I think his name was Roy, why we didn't see a lot more of him on the show. And she said, well, when the teaser came out, he didn't want to, really be involved in the show. And Andy was like, well, when the teaser comes out, everything else has already been filmed. And so
Andy got her on that
has been done. So what's your next excuse, girl? Okay. Like, come with something real. You got to give me the real. If you're going to give me the fake, it has to be believable. But your story doesn't make sense, Kenya, and you're making me upset because I want to root for you, and I really can't in this moment.
And he stuck to that too. He was like, no,
he didn't let it go. Because she tried to
mm-hmm.
double down on it after he mentioned that, and he said, no, that's not it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Like, what's your thought on this girl? Always talking about everybody else's man.
Well, I wanted to have her back, but even with that whole Martell situation, all of it was blown out of proportion and wasn't necessary.
Right.
If she was in a space to be able to mind her business, maybe, just maybe, she'd be able to just look and just at least make a face and just keep on pushing, like, okay, and keep it pushing, like literally almost everybody else does. But for her to actually put her mouth on, wrong choice of words. For her to actually say things about these men, and still not have somebody to call her own it doesn't look all that great, which is why I believe she dived in head first with her current husband that she's trying to make her non-husband, because she wanted one.
But you know what? I think it's really great that she didn't say anything bad about Scott Lee. Maybe I don't know if there's a reason why she didn't bring him up in any of her conversations, but I'm glad she didn't try to put him in the middle of her and Marlo's mess.
She bet not, because I don't think Scott Lee the one. I think Scott Lee reminds me of Peter Thomas. I think you better leave Scott Lee alone. Leave Scott Lee alone.
Regina, let me tell you, Peter Thomas is down here. Scott Lee is up here. I know you like Peter. I don't know why. You know what I'm saying? He's a nice looking man, not much of a businessman, but it is.
Peter will come back with the clap back. That's what I said. That's what I meant to say. He reminds me of Peter. He will come back with the clap back, and I just don't think she wanted any part of Scott Lee, especially knowing that he got a little record. Leave Scott Lee alone.
Yeah, I saw,
and they both Jamaican.
Right. I saw Scott Lee on Hell's Kitchen. He's got a mouth on him. She don't want it.
Oh, see, she don't want it. So Michael said that plum did not. He said that plum did look good though. It was so good. Andy picked it up off the floor from underneath the girl's dresses
and took a bite out of it.
Child. I didn't even see that. So that let you know how much I pay attention while we supposed to be watching this stuff. I didn't even see that. He didn't even range it off.
He didn't. No, he didn't say, give me a towel, a rag, and he just
right. He could have wiped it off on the end of Marlo's dress. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it would have made a nice little washcloth.
Ciao. Reality with Christy Marie is here. Hey,
great.
Hey.
Welcome.
She says, hi, here, love y'all listening while I finish the wash. But hey, and she ain't it by Sheree. That was like that. I love reality. You are a mess. But keep the words clean, girl. Put a little exclamation point by that. Next time. We love you, girl. We love you. I get what you're saying. Aaron, let me tell you. Thank you. Okay. She said, Candy is the queen. Thank you so much. Robin says her father told her that you never know how he will come. I have embraced that lesson and engaged with people with that in mind. In my opinion, it is beyond the golden rule. That's right. She was finishing up her previous comment. Reality says, no dirty wig. Child, I cannot. Reality is funny. Y'all check out her channel too. She does commentary and stuff. It is so good. Y'all check her out as well. Subscribe to her channel. Put your channel in the chat. Reality with Christy Marie. Sheree, Latoya says Sheree was coached by Anthony allegedly. Who is Anthony?
I think Anthony was that guy that Drew had an issue with. Is that who it was, Jennifer? Do you remember?
Maybe
I don't know
we'll
who
ask
that man
Latoya.
is.
Tell us if that's
Oh,
who
okay.
that's
I
what it
don't
was.
know.
Robin says, my great grandmother told me who, hallelujah and amen. Amen. Robin
Amen.
Aaron said,
That
that
is
is
beautiful.
beautiful. Yes, it is. Reality said, dirty old crusty wig from her first season. Wait, was that her? But yeah, I remember something about a wig old and not bringing a real gift for Pollyanna. Who's old ugly wig? But let's, since we're talking about wigs, Monietta, girl, what was that hair you had on? I mean, I'd rather pull my hair back like this, Monietta, because that,
Yeah.
Jonathan, you are the guru of fashion. Tell me what you thought about Monietta's hair.
It looked cheap. Looked like
It looks synthetic.
yes, very much so. Looked like it came from the hair store, not even fresh out the pack, to be honest. I mean, it was terrible. But I do want to comment on someone else's hair. Kenya's
Mhm.
hair, although it looked nice, it made her look her age. It made her look actually a little bit older. It was kind of like an
Mhm.
auntie deaconess type of style. It was like a little churchy. It was too old for Kenya. Kenya usually has the long, beautiful locks, and it usually looks fabulous. But this was a little conservative for Kenya, and I don't know if I enjoyed that too much. I did love Marlo's hair. I like Sheree's hair. I like Sonia's hair. I love Drew's hair. Drew's hair looked really, really good. I'm not sure about the little bump it on the front, but I like the
Mhm.
back of it and the way that it cascaded down her shoulders. Candy's hair looked decent. We've seen that bob once before. That's not my favorite hairstyle of hers, but it looked nice.
Child, your boo number 3 gonna drop the number 4 after I read you this comment. She said, Jonathan, do you need glasses?
Glasses for what?
This is something previous. So not what you were just saying, but something previous. I'm trying to go through these comments, but listen, we're gonna drop her down to boo number 5. We ain't even got a 4. We're gonna drop it to number 5. Y'all know I love me some Latoya. Michael said, Jonathan, that was actually lie number 2. The first one was the document.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Let's talk about that. So, did y'all realize what Kenya did? She actually allegedly was trying to get the focus off of her and
Right.
try to put it on Marlo with her blank piece of subpoena. Girl.
It wasn't
So,
even a
and
subpoena. It was like
No.
a form to do it.
Exactly. First of
she
all,
came out and
the
give you
paper.
the subpoena. She should have Kenya should have taken that subpoena. She should have taken, Marlo should have taken a subpoena and been like, there ain't nothing on here, so I ain't show up.
Right. Who's supposed to be here because it doesn't have my name on it? Okay. And to be honest, like when I saw the sheet of paper, it looked all wrinkly, a little bit wrinkly,
Yeah.
like it'd been through something. At least when Mia
Ooh.
brought out her book of lies, it was all decorated and whatnot,
It was very
even though it
nice.
didn't have nothing on those pages. But at least
Nothing.
she had it presentable. Whereas Kenya just had this loose leaf piece of paper that just had random writing on it. Like Kenya, you embarrassed yourself with that. Like she
She didn't
embarrassed
Yeah,
try.
herself.
Andy, he done turned everybody's like mediator. He looking at every document that come across,
You
and
got
he looking
to.
at it
You
like,
got to.
this is blank. Now let me tell y'all what I think Kenya was trying to do in this scene. Okay, scene. Let's talk about the scene. So I
Right.
think Kenya was trying to get the information off of her. She probably knew that the story was going to come up about Kenya was being held in contempt of court because she allegedly has not been letting Mark see the baby. So Mark probably filed petition to hold her in contempt of court. So she
Right.
probably knew that conversation was coming up because y'all know Kenya real smart. So she
Mhm.
probably was like, well, I need to throw something out so that we won't talk about my contempt, but we talk about somebody else. Even if it's a blank piece of paper about, oh, Marlo kicked on the door. And so that was a possibly threatened my kid and so forth or whatever. But y'all, let's talk about this now. If Kenya is really being held in contempt of court for not allowing Mark to see his child, that's major in court. That is a major problem. So don't get on television, Kenya. And if the allegation is true that you're holding this baby from not seeing their father, don't get on TV and say Mark don't want to see his child.
Right. Because
Don't do that, Kenya.
I have half a mind to believe that because Kenya seems like the type of that would do that to her ex-husband or
Mm-hmm.
about to be
Mm-hmm.
ex-husband because she's still in divorce after 3 years of a divorce, whatever it is that they're doing.
Yeah, whatever. And here's the thing, ladies, come on now. Y'all know I love marriage. I love relationship. I love the babies to be happy. But if you are a mother or you are a father that has your child and you are holding that child from seeing their other parent, don't tell that child your other parent don't want to see you when you the one holding that child from seeing your parent. Don't do that.
Right. And it's not hurting the other parent. It's hurting the child because the child is the one who's not being able to see that other parent because of your petty mess.
Right. I cannot with that stuff. But then Kenya started saying when she saw that subpoena had fell blank, then she started saying, well, then, you tried to call Mark. You called Mark and your phone number was in his phone number. And I was like, here we go. I was like, okay, Kenya, now you looking real,
And this allegedly happened 2 years ago. Like now you're just now bringing this up, Kenya, after Mark allegedly called her 2 years ago. Now it's all of a sudden so prominent that you have to bring it up at the reunion. Kenya was reaching for straws for real this
I
reunion,
agree.
and I was so disappointed in her because Kenya typically is on top of her game, and clearly she was not ready this time around.
She wasn't ready. She ain't practiced. She ain't go to rehearsal. She was not ready.
No,
she was not ready.
I can say that I like what LaToya said. She said Kenya lost about 1,000 Mario Kart coins for that one.
Yes, she did. Yes,
she already lost all those coins and did try her best to try to pick it up by saying, well, you called Mark. It's like, hold up. Why did we wait for this moment for it to be said that? Because I don't know. Like Kenya, she used to operate in the truth, and so the reads used to be like really amazing.
Yeah,
but you can really tell that she was lying throughout the time, and I was like, this is starting to look real sad at this point.
Even Andy's question. Andy said, "Well, I thought you just saw a number. Now you're saying that she said something. Which one is it?
What are we doing here?
Yeah. And why would you care if Mark called Marlo? Why in terms of Marlo called him because Marlo was trying to get dirt on her? Come on, Kenya.
Kenya was struggling, and it was hard to watch.
It was really hard parent. God bless her, but that wasn't working out. It seemed like the only people I believe were really truthful in this space on this particular episode was Sonia, because I believe she only speaks her perception, but the bulk of it is truth, right? And Candy.
Yeah. Agreed.
Well, Michael says Scotty can cook in my bedroom. I mean, kitchen anytime.
Whoopsies.
Hey.
Whoopsies.
And he's tall too, child.
I cannot. Y'all say hello to Cece.
Hey, Cece.
Michael, I cannot, but I know, I know. So LaToya said, y'all know if some of our light-skinned cousins don't wash their meat, they not gonna wash their fruits.
Well,
y'all know Andy got 2 kids. He ain't around here trying to wash everything. Kids probably, when you babies, you just be like, okay, just don't get sick. Robin said, Aaron, you remind me of the lifelong friends, one of whom I spoke with last night. I haven't seen her since 1982, but she occupies major real estate in my heart. I put you in that category.
Oh, that's so sweet. So sweet up in here. Oh my gosh. Okay.
No, I love it. I love it. So LaToya said, yes, JoJo, the messy queen.
Right.
A mess. So Michael said Moneta whole being that outfit and the hair was awful. Now let's talk about Moneta real quick. Moneta, when she first came on the scene, I liked her. I was like, oh, she's a cool girl, she's good, whatever. Now it seems like Moneta is scared to lose her guest spot, so she's trying to dig and play in the dirt. And that is making Moneta look real bad. If Moneta just goes and just be Moneta, oh wait, maybe you're right, maybe this is Moneta. Then that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem because you the chick, the type of friend that I don't think I would really want to be around because I got to watch my back when I'm watching my back when you around. And I don't like that at all. So Moneta, I didn't like her outfit was spaceship-ish to me too. It's like spaceship.
Yeah, it looked like a skirt from the back and then their pants in the front. Looked like a culotte. It wasn't.
Oh my gosh!
It wasn't.
I couldn't get past the hair though, and I'm not even a hair fashionista, but I just could not get past that synthetic. All I kept seeing was $3.99. That's all I kept seeing.
Not $3.99, child. Whoa.
and flame resistant, flame retardant.
Oh my
flame
gosh.
retardant.
My lord.
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Also, that's all.
gosh.
And she's such a beautiful girl.
She's really
Why
pretty.
such a beautiful girl can't get that? Ugh. I didn't like the wig. I did not like it at all. So Latoya said she didn't have time, y'all. She wrecked back and got that hair from the 99 and the 99-cent store, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
I love it. So Aaron said, Latoya Washington, you hear you going to 5. I must have got promoted in the booth. Oh, yes, Aaron, you did. Promotion, Ellen. Promotion, Aaron. Promotion. I love it. I love how Aaron be doing her little funny stuff in the chat.
Right.
It's just the funniest to me. There goes the comment about Kenya losing her 1,000 Mario Kart kids. You need to go and get some more coins, girl.
Yes.
So Michael said, no, I didn't believe that Marlo texted Mark at all. I
don't believe that either.
It just sounds a little far-fetched.
Right. It just don't sound right to me.
And
Latoya said, go ahead, Jonathan.
I was going to say my frustration with Kenya is, Kenya should see herself as higher than Marlo. So I don't understand why she allows Marlo to get under her skin as much as she does. Kenya obviously shows that what Marlo is doing is obviously working, because you fall for every single trap that Marlo sets for you. And it makes you seem like you're less than, and you're completely not.
The reason why I think Kenya comes at Marlo is because she needs somebody to feel like she's attacking in order for her to think that she's got a good scene.
Gotcha.
I think that's the reason why she does that.
I can get with that.
Because she ain't gonna really come for Sanya like that. Really, no. Right now she's pregnant. Who else is on Sheree? She ain't gonna come for Sheree like, because Sheree will just come right back at her because she's real good with coming back. She give Drew a pass because she's probably run over Drew, and she ain't gonna turn to the other side and look at Candy. She ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. Drew is just an innocent bystander in all of this. To be honest,
that's right.
She just signed up for it. That's all it is.
Latoya said, Aaron has faced me to be so close to this phone and the screen while he is reading something. I get bumped for being a concern. Boo! No, his monitor. We got to get Jonathan a big monitor. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Aaron said, "Oh, now I feel bad, Latoya. I can stay at 5." Aaron is so cute. I can't. She said, Latoya said, Mark wanted to take Brooklyn back to New York, and she wasn't okay with that. Not excusing her, just giving context. But that's one incident. But in order for you to have a contempt of court, it's probably not going to just be one time.
Right.
You did not see your child. It's probably going to be more than that. Let's talk about. We are talking about Candy in this thing.
No, I'm sorry, real quick. I thought the contempt of court had to do something with, had to do with his child being on TV.
That's the thing. I don't know what the contempt
She said
of court
on the show, it said being held in contempt of court for not letting Mark see the baby. That's what I wrote down.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's my thought of it. Then they bring up this kissing thing again. But before we get to that, let's get to the rest of these comments. Reality said, it's a shame because Kenya's not a stupid woman. She is very, very, very smart and intelligent woman. That's why I don't understand how she's failing. Right.
I agree wholeheartedly with that. I do.
The lawyer's smart. Okay.
Yeah, I think well, I don't think she has enough going on for her to have the confidence to just say what she wants to say. Maybe, I don't know. It is different for her because usually she kind of wins in these spaces.
She typically does.
She off. Mike said Monyetta is giving pick me, trying to be Candy's yes friend. Right. And let me tell you, that's a dangerous position because sometimes these women will turn on you.
Okay.
They will turn on you. So you have to be real careful with that. So Mike said Monyetta thought that Marlo's comment about looking like a church mother was a compliment.
No, it was not.
It was not. She can get that from one of them catalogs, from them catalogs.
I know, right? Hold on, Latoya. Let me get through these comments and I'll come down and get you. I'll see you down there. And we still have some more we have to go through. Okay, so Reality said, see, that's how I feel about Kenya ever since the Bolo incident. I just can't trust her. She's just not my cup of tea anymore after that. Child. Hold on, Latoya. Hold on. So Reality said, did y'all just say Colette, I love
Culottes.
Yes, culottes. Yes. I learned that term from Alexander Rogers. I had no idea what that was until he mentioned that during a review of RuPaul's Drag Race. Culottes. Yes. A mix of a pant and a skirt.
Yeah, pants and a skirt. And Michael said, Marlo don't even be setting a trap. Kenya just got that much hate for Marlo.
Yeah.
That's true.
Why? Hey, Latoya. Hello.
We can't hear you.
Right. You're silent.
Okay, maybe she's coming back. Okay, so it says, Reality said she's flailing like a fish out of water. Her math was not math.
It sure wasn't.
Right.
It was
She
not.
didn't even get the words out, because usually that's Sheree that be trying to read people and can't get the words out right. But Kenya,
right. Kenya's usually on point, and
you gotta say it right.
And that's why it was so hard for me to watch, because it's like watching one of your favorite characters fail at something that they're supposed to be doing very well.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh my gosh,
she's supposed to be on top of her game, and she's not, and it's sad to watch. It is.
So, what do y'all think about Drew having a conversation about her pay for the movie for Todd? And one of the other ladies said, I think Todd only paid her $10,000, and Candy said, no, it was more than $10,000. And Drew said it was less than I normally get. Even when they approached me, my people told them no straight off the bat, but then Todd called me and I decided to do it.
Right. Sheree told Marlo that she heard that she only got paid $10,000 for it. Now, that coming out of Sheree's mouth, I'm not going to believe anything that comes out of that woman's mouth whatsoever. Now, do I believe that she only got paid $10,000? Candy said it was more than $10,000. And so if Candy said that, then I believe what Candy said, because Candy has no reason to lie. And she knows that there are probably receipts that will back up exactly what she got paid. So if she said on TV that she got paid more than $10,000 and didn't, someone would have to come out or want to come out and say, no, we got the proof right here. She got paid such
right.
Which is why Drew didn't say anything after she said that.
Right. Exactly. But you know, I'm glad that Drew addressed the question that Andy asked her. He asked Candy, were you offended when Drew said that she's only going to do Lifetime and up? And Candy understood, we're an independent company. You know what I'm saying? We're not the upper echelon. And so she understands that. She's a businesswoman. She knows where she is in the entertainment field. And so she knows what she's worth. So I get that.
She's not right.
But I think she may see more now that she sees that this was able to show up on Peacock, not Tubi, and other lower things. Maybe she might be able to kind of like take that back and say, okay, maybe I might want to work with them again. But this is why we don't automatically talk about situations like that. People that's willing to put money in your pocket. We can't do that. We gotta keep it on mute, and afterwards.
Can y'all hear me now?
There you go.
Yeah,
we can hear you now. Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are y'all?
We're good.
Go ahead, let Jonathan finish.
I will have to say, Candy was a little bit shady because she told Drew good luck on her finding jobs that are Lifetime and up. So I did find that to be a little bit on the shady side.
Not only shady, but somewhat factual.
Oh my God.
Because let's think about this. When's the last time we saw her on Lifetime or above?
Right. And the only
that's why she shouldn't have been talking about Candy like that either.
The only credits I know of
Kenya.
The only credits I know of Drew's are from The Game and that Crazy Sexy Cool movie from VH1 about kids. Okay, that's it.
She did do a Lifetime movie. I think it's called Line Sisters or something, like the Stepsisters or something. It was with LaToya Luckett and the chick from Empire that was Cookie's assistant. That was a couple of years ago, but I don't understand what was her issue with doing Candy's movie. Like, what was it?
She didn't have an issue doing it. They were talking about her team said the money wasn't where her level normally is So Todd ended up calling her because she said allegedly her team just denied it flat out. And then Todd called her and told her and spoke to her. And then she decided to go ahead and do it, I guess, because, you know, they're friends or so forth. And that's why she decided to go ahead and do it at the low pay, allegedly.
I get that part, but I'm saying after she already booked it and she was in the trailer talking to her friend, and when she made the comment about the Lifetime movie, she would only do Lifetime movies. She didn't want to do this type of movie anymore. It wasn't about the pay then. What was her issue with the movie then that she said she didn't want to do those type of movies anymore?
I think her issue was she was trying to say that the level of entertainment or the level of the type of movie that Candy is doing is a little bit lower than I guess she's trying to say that she's used to. I don't know exactly how true that is because I've yet to see her on the big screen. So it's
right, because the way that Todd and Candy did their movie is the same way that Tyler Perry does his, the same way he does all of his shows in 2 weeks.
Right.
So what's the difference? I'm confused. Well, and she said that everything was top level, top tier. The food was great. Trailer was nice. So what's your issue?
That's what she said on camera. Let's hear what she said off camera. Well, Michael said, talking about what you get paid was very tacky.
Incredibly.
It was.
You know, come on now. I love it. And reality said, exactly. Kenya was making me sad.
Yeah.
And Aaron said, maybe Kenya and Marlo will go through this trouble with the court and learn to appreciate each other through, though Marlo seeing firsthand Kenya's pain. I think Kenya has been, Marlo has been trying to see Kenya's pain, but I think Kenya gets something triggers Kenya when it comes to Marlo, even when Marlo is trying to be real heartfelt.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. Kenya said in the Bravo after show that her and Marlo will never be cool. She will never be friends with Marlo after Marlo made that comment at the bonfire about her mom. Your mom don't even want you. That right there, she said will forever live in her head. So she, no matter how many times because even after that, Marlo apologized, but she turned around and went low again, saying she didn't believe she was pregnant. You know, did she call her a bull or something like that? Like all of that. So every time she apologizes, she turns around and does another low blow. So she's like, she's just over her. But as far as the Mark part, Mark initially did the contempt because Kenya didn't have an issue with him seeing Brooklyn if he came to Atlanta, but he wanted to take Brooklyn back to New York with him, and she said no. And then Mark didn't have an issue with Kenya having Brooklyn onto the show until he started to film his reality show, and he wanted Brooklyn on his show.
Well, they both are putting this baby in the middle, so both of them are bad parenting right now.
They are.
I think both of them are. Aaron says, sending prayers for Kenya and her divorce to finally finish and find a better place to be. And, you know, even after the divorce, a lot of people think that the divorce is the bad part. But let me tell you, sometimes these divorces after the divorce can be the very bad part because the lawyers are out of the way and you now have to have these conversations and stuff amongst yourself if there was not a mediator that was put in place. So pray her through not only the divorce, but after the divorce, both of them, because that's when the real nastiness can start. I, for one, know I've been through two. And
she need a little bit more deeper prayer because she's going through this with him, but then you want to turn around and use your embryo that you have with him.
Oh, she gonna have issues with that too, because that's another legal thing that she's gonna have. And she even said it in her confessional. She know that's another legal aspect. They have to go to court before they do anything with that stuff. So reality says, see, we expect all this weird whack and recreating history stuff from Drew, not Kenya, just not Kenya. I know, right? Yeah. And reality says she is the definition of tacky. Hello, or the wig member, the wig. She's freaking tacky and she always talks about money. But the thing is, she's always lying. I think we're talking about Drew. I think she may be talking about Drew.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, she said the math ain't math and that Drew. Right. Michael said Kenya has went low many times. Kenya just hate Marlo is sharing the same stage and also getting more TV time than her. great observation, Michael.
I was going to say something about that. I was going to say that I feel as though Kenya is acting like she's intimidated by Marlo. It seems as though Kenya might feel as though Marlo is trying to take her place, although they're both on the same exact show. They both have a peach in their hand. But I feel as though she might be intimidated by Marlo, seeing how much airtime Marlo was getting, because we really didn't see that much of Kenya this season. And so I think that's what it might be with Kenya as well. I understand.
And that may be part of why Kenya is saying, okay, now you have this subpoena. Maybe she's trying to have production not film with Marlo anymore. But she just messed her whole case up when she came with that blank piece of paper, and the boss Andy looked at it and said, "This
crazy.
is a blank piece of paper."
I don't accept this. He literally said, "I don't accept this at all."
Did y'all see what Andy did? Kenya said, "Give this to her," but until it reaches Marlo's hands, she ain't really been served. I don't think allegedly. I don't think she's actually.
But there's nothing on the paper. Ain't nothing to serve.
But I'm saying, even if Andy took the paper and Andy was looking at it. So I'd have to ask the lawyers about that, because normally you have to be the one that received the document, not somebody else. And Andy is very smart to say, well, let me take a look at this, because that what I would think allegedly would mean that she was never served. But anyway, it's a blank piece of paper. So I'm glad Andy observed that and saw it, because Kenya thought she was going to shame Marlo again.
Right.
And that thing blew up so bad in her face when Andy laughed and said, it is blank. He said, you supposed to put her name on here. You put nobody's name on here. So that was a mess. Hey, Apostle Cheeseboro, thank you so much for being here. Now let's get real quick. We got a few more minutes up here. Candy brings up the kiss again, and she gets mad at Drew and says that now she understands that Drew is gaslighting Ralph. Ooh.
And I do believe that as well. I believe that both Drew and Ralph are gaslighting each other. Maybe that's why they got together. They both are not used to telling each other the truth. And so when they're used to giving each other all these fairy tales and lies, it's only going to last, but it ain't going to last but so long. So I truly believe what Candy said, that they're both gaslighting each other, for sure.
Yeah. And also Candy discusses if she still wants to be on the show or not. And the drama, she said the drama she had just coming off of the previous show that she had with the girls, Escape and
it was a major situation.
Yes, and then having to film right away with this show. So mentally, I get that part, Candy, and still having to deal with all your businesses and all that. I get that part.
And I didn't really like the fact that Andy was saying to Candy, it seems like you really didn't have much time for the girls this season. Candy is a busy woman, Andy. You understand that more than anybody else. You know that Candy has a full schedule. So why is it that you're upset that she's not in every single scene? And I feel like we saw more of Candy than we did Kenya this season.
And I do think that him saying that you were able to, so happy you were able to find some time to come. And so it was like, of course she came. She's contractually obligated. Y'all made sure she could come. Why are we doing this? What are we doing, Andy?
That's why Candy was filming a lot of her scenes at her events, her businesses and stuff like that. She still got to work. And she's stopping her other jobs. She gonna film, I guess, when she can. But maybe Andy was probably telling her, like, hint, hint, I need to see more of you if you want to stay on here.
And think about it. In the end, is her next contract, if she gets the next contract, is in their hands. Right. Why would she slow down anything that she got going on outside of that?
Right.
To make sure she's on there. Exactly. You don't know what's going to happen to your checks in the future. And let's be real, that's going to be a nice chunk of money that will not be there anymore if she's not going to be on there next year. So next season.
She ain't gonna miss it.
No, I don't think she'll miss it either.
Reality, what Kristen Marie said, did this all stem from the kick in the door with Brooklyn? Is there something with Mark? Yeah. So Marlo, Kenya allegedly said Marlo, because she kicked on the door, it placed the baby Brooklyn in like a I don't know, a frightening position or something,
harm's way,
endangerment or something like that. She said possibly. So that's part of what the allegations was. But I really do think that Kenya is reaching with that.
For sure.
My thing is, if Andy them wanted to see Candy so much, why they didn't take the cameras with her?
She did. Candy had all her scenes, not all, but she had a large majority of her scenes at her events. She like,
No,
y'all
I'm
want me to
saying she was out of town doing shows, and they're saying, when she said she bit off more than she can chew because she was booked and busy. If they were concerned about not seeing her, why didn't they take the Bravo cameras with her?
Maybe
maybe they
Candy
couldn't.
didn't want the Bravo Candy cameras with her. Maybe she didn't
No,
want
she
that.
did. She did. She said they could have. She said in her speak on it,
Oh, okay.
if they wanted me to be, in all these places, she said first of all, she gave them her schedule, so they knew when she could go on Castros and when she didn't. But they booked them on the weeks that she was gone, so they did that to themselves. And she said if they wanted to see me so much, then why didn't Bravo come with me when I was doing other things?
Well, you know
Wow.
what? I have to say this from the business management owner part of it. You are my cast member. You don't tell me where to film you. I tell you where I'm filming and you be there. That's kind of what I would do. And now I understand Candy say, listen, I'm going to be over here. But if I ain't going to ready to send my team, I'm not sending my team over there. We're going to be over here. I need you to film over here. So Candy need to be there. And if Candy can't be there, then of course they can't film. And
No,
then
I'm
some
saying, but
they'll
no, they send in their
confirm in different spaces.
schedules. I'm sorry, Regina. They send in their schedules, so they had Candy's schedule before they started to set up all of these scenes and everything. So they knew when she was going to be away and when she was going to be in Atlanta. They chose to do certain things or film certain things when they knew she was going to be away. So it's like they knew her schedule, the stuff that she was already pre-booked for. If they wanted to see her so much, then why didn't they take the cameras with her?
Latoya, do
That's
you
what,
think this was a setup for them to try to bring this up to
yes,
her? Hmm.
yep.
Okay.
I think this was a way for them to push her out. I do.
All right. I kind of
I
figured
don't
that's where you were
know.
going
I
with
don't know.
this.
I think Andy was kind of telling her with the little language that he said, are you still going to be here? Basically, he was saying. I think that was him trying to get it on camera and to just let her know, listen, what are you doing? I need to know what you're doing. And regardless of what Candy, if she stays or she goes, Candy has made a lot of money. Candy's not going to stop making money.
No.
So it's really up to Candy. And I think what Andy was doing was putting the ball in her court and say, this is where we are. I think
Right.
that now Michael has a good comment here. He says, where they have to do group scenes too. Candy is one of 7 ladies. If majority of everyone is able to be together in one can't, I'm still filming. So
Right.
I get you. I'm still filming. He said with or without Candy. I
Right.
get
I
you.
get that part. Yeah, I get that part. I get that part. I guess she was saying it wasn't like she didn't want to be there. They had her
Right.
schedule. They had her
Oh, no,
schedule. Dawn one
we
sent them
don't
her
think she didn't
schedule.
want to be there. No,
Right,
no, no.
right.
We think she didn't
Yeah, I
want to
guess
be there.
she was saying what Jonathan was saying. Like they purposely booked things when they knew she wasn't going to be in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to disagree with that because I'm going to think they had to book and film when their crew was ready to book and film. I'm gonna have to go with Michael to say, if there was a group scene happening at that same time that you were going to be out of town, we couldn't take all the girls at that event. Now they have taken group scenes to their events before. They have taken the ladies to Candy's events before. When she had to
Mm-hmm.
play, when they were in Atlanta, they took all the girls over there.
In New
So
York.
they have done group scenes before, but production may have been doing things different. Maybe they were filming over here and they say we can't shift it up and fly everybody out over here, because that's a huge expense.
Mm-hmm.
For them to fly everybody, get hotels and all this, tickets to get into whatever event Candy is in. If Candy ain't paying for the tickets, so I don't know. I'm gonna have to be with management on this part. Candy, you come over here where I am. I ain't trying to pay for everybody to go everywhere.
Okay.
Especially after Sheree just had this big old baby reveal. I don't think Sheree paid for that herself. I think production may have spent more.
No.
I
Because
ain't
that
trying to
looked
pay no more money.
that looked too glamorous and gorgeous for it to be all paid by
Are
Sheree.
we sure
Okay.
they got their money? That's the question.
Okay. You know what, that man with that coiffed, he looks like
The
he's somebody who's,
bouffant.
yes, the bouffant. Thank you. That man with the bouffant, he looked like he don't play about his money. So I'm sure he
No,
got
honey.
his money, because if he didn't get his money, we would have heard about it by now.
I'm
Okay.
sure we
Let's
would
be
have heard.
real. Just like we
Speaking
hear
of
from
Sheree
everybody
and
else that
money,
didn't get their money.
after
Yep.
Sheree, after the reunion aired last night, and Sheree pulled out this receipt that she paid the stylist went on Instagram and said that was a
That's not true.
lie. And
Mm.
soon as the second part airs, he's gonna tell it all.
Child, all of this cropping and pasting and copying and pasting and whiting out. Y'all need to stop all this stuff on social media. Just tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell the truth.
Right. When Sheree,
Shame the devil.
your receipts ain't receipting, honey. Okay.
All
Fraud receipts. I cannot. Aaron said Candy is queen, and I think Andy was trying to show he holds her to the same standards as everyone else, whether he means it or not. Thank you, Aaron. That's a great way.
I agree.
I agree with that as well,
I love
Aaron.
that. So Michael say, you know dang well Sheree ain't paid for that, and I like that. He said production definitely paid for that.
Okay.
That was the only way to guarantee the man with the bouffant his money.
Okay.
He said Candy is queen of what? Stop messing with Aaron.
Of them all. She's the queen of them all because she's the highest paid housewife in the entire franchise.
Well, let's talk about that since you brought that up, LaToya. There is rumor and talk and chitter chat going around that production may be getting rid of the whole entire Atlanta cast like they did Housewives of New York. And there are allegations out there that are circulating and that are saying something like they get rid of Candy and Kenya's salary and they could pay for a whole new cast just with those two salaries. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that this whole cast needs to be recast? I'm going to start down with LaToya. What you think, LaToya? Yes or no?
No, I think they need to at least keep 2 or 3 and then get rid of all the rest of them. And production came back out, I guess, after all of the uproar with that and said that there hasn't been like any definite decisions made, but they're not going to get rid of the whole cast. They're going to keep a few because they knew that wasn't going to work. And then they're still having a hard time getting people to come on there because Bravo, I ain't gonna say Bravo, I'm gonna say Real Housewives of Atlanta, whoever their production team is, they don't want to pay. These Atlanta women ain't cheap.
Right.
Well, I think Atlanta could be one of the highest paid franchises out of the Housewives franchises. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. I'm gonna say allegedly. Let me come down to Jonathan. Tell me your thoughts after I get this comment. Michael says, I think Kenya or Candy should be let go. Not both, but one or the other. All right, Jonathan, what do you think about this cast? You think they need to get rid of the cast, start with a new one, or keep everybody?
I would love to see a full recasting, replace every single one of them, to be honest, because I'm loving Real Housewives of New York right now. I love those girls, and I would love to see the same effect for Atlanta. However, I'm believing that the reason they don't want to get rid of the whole cast is because Real Housewives of Atlanta has such a large fan base, and because of that large fan base, they don't want to get rid of people's favorites. And so I understand why they would keep some of them. Now, who they're going to keep, I don't know. I think Sanya, I think Sheree, and I think Drew are probably the main ones that are probably going to be the first to go. I think the people who have the best chance of staying are Candy, Kenya, and Marlo. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. I'm going to come up to you, Light, and get your thoughts on this cast reboot or not after I get this comment. Aaron says, well then, bye, Kenya. I will miss you.
I'm going to miss Kenya if she goes, though. I will miss seeing Kenya if she goes. I will.
Mike say, I don't want a full recast. Light, what's your thoughts?
I'm doing my best not to leave it at I don't care. But what I can
thank you for your consideration, Jennifer.
Speak your
appreciate
truth,
that. Please answer the question.
Of course. But I will say, as far as a full recast, no. I think that would be a lot. That would be jarring. We know the reason for New York, the reason why they had to do an overhaul was because of just looking horrible with racial stuff. So they had to start anew with that one. Absolutely had to start anew. But as far as the people out here in Atlanta, I believe the people that we want to see are not interested in being on reality TV, or
at least not this show,
or they're not paying enough. And to be honest, when it comes to reality, Real Housewives, that's about as top tier as you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? But the people that won't come don't want to do reality, or they don't feel like they'd be compensated enough to do reality, because there's a lot of people, all the Reginaes and the all them other people, Rashida's friends and all that stuff. They have all been on here on a TV show or two, and I believe all of them it's just exhausted at the moment. I just want to see some rich,
Thank
really
you.
rich, like for real rich,
Thank you.
unknown people.
Yes.
That's what I want.
Yes.
With
That's
great
what I want.
personalities.
Yes,
Them people
and
want to stay unknown, so they ain't gonna come.
no,
I
no.
would
What I'm
love
saying,
that.
what I'm
Like,
saying is,
mhm.
like, I'm sure there's some that feel like they'd be great.
Yes.
And oh gosh, it would be nice to see some other ethnicities as
Yes.
well.
Yes.
Um, People that understand where they are and that are available to learn if
Mhm.
they need to.
Mhm.
But as far as like, it's just that we're going to be seeing them come into an unknown space with unknown things, and they try to say, "Oh yeah, we've been friends. I've known each other. We've been around the same circles." I just don't want the lies to start there.
Right.
I just wanted to be like,
Mhm.
we just gathered together. We're gonna have some fun with some friends. And here's a
Right.
new friend of mine that I met just last week because we're on the show together. But don't say it like that. But
Right.
I just want some really rich people on there.
I love that. Like, and I love what you're saying. If they would shake it up like that, recast everybody. Y'all don't have to be friends. Y'all can meet and be friends on the show. Just get
Right.
5 ladies together. Listen, y'all all have great business. Y'all adventure. Whether you're a singer, whether you're a writer, whether you own
Mhm.
corporations, whether you're an actress, whatever. Let's get y'all all
Or even
together
just a
on the
wife of somebody really rich. There's a lot of
wife
people
of
like that
somebody
down
that's
here.
rich.
Right,
Yes.
because the thing is, we can see that the girls on New York really aren't the best of friends, and they don't act like they're the best of friends.
Ah,
They gave us the real, like we just happen to know each other, and we're spending this time together because we're on this reality TV show together.
now
So
they do
Yes.
throw around that really good friends word a little bit too
they
loosely
do,
now. I don't like that. Girl,
Yeah.
I just
they
met
do,
you. How we friends? Okay, go
right?
ahead. I'm
I
sorry.
love what you said, Light of the Leo. I love that. Let's have a cast like that. Even if it's not a recast on Real Housewives of Atlanta, some producer out there, Carlos King, you want a show for Atlanta? Come on, get these ladies together. But no, Carlos will make them messy. So no, we need somebody else.
Okay, thank
We need
Or
you.
somebody
messy
else. Sorry, Carlos. I was trying to have you do something
Okay,
good.
the
But
lies, the lies, the lies.
let's get
okay,
somebody that has a production company out there, and let's get
That look
Tyler
like
Perry.
a
You need Tyler
that look
Perry.
like
You need a real reality show. Tyler Perry will be great. Get together with Oprah. Y'all get some women together. Y'all know enough people that listen, Tyler, you could do this. You can give us 5 ladies that's on your shows. Give us their real lives
I
and
feel
make
like
a
that
Tyler.
a reality
I
show.
feel like Tyler Perry can change the reality game if he really
Yes.
wanted to. I feel as
Yes.
though he's too focused on his other things that he doesn't want to tip his foot into it. But I think Tyler Perry would do great with reality if he
I think
tried.
that would be good. He's a respectable person out here in these streets, and social media, not social, on TV and all this stuff, movies, theater. He is really good, and Tyler Perry will be great for that. So Michael said, keep Candy, Marlo, Drew, bring on Courtney, keep Sheree.
Don't nobody
Hmm.
want Courtney. Keep
Thank
Courtney.
you,
No, but
Latoya. Don't nobody
I
want Courtney.
agree with Michael on this Courtney thing. I can't stand Courtney with every fiber of my being. She's somebody you need to keep on there.
Because she
Mm.
brings it funny and she brings it weird and she brings
I wouldn't even call it funny.
she
Every
brings
time she
something.
talks, is like, and then
Mm.
her voice, and then that weird smile that she had the whole time while other people were talking. Yeah, let's talk about that
So why do you want to hear that for a whole season?
because
Courtney has something. It's
no.
something.
Here's the difference. Okay,
Courtney
first of
ain't
all,
got
I don't know if I'm
nothing.
going to be watching.
She ain't got nothing but
She
a
ain't even
gift
got
of
no
gab.
lips. She ain't
She
even
is
got
a
no lips.
she
She
is
ain't
a
got
car
nothing.
salesman. Nothing.
Oh,
Light of the meal.
child.
Tell them why Courtney needs to stay. Tell them why Courtney needs to stay, Light.
Cause she need a chick.
Because let's be real. We do need an antagonist, somebody that we would love to hate in the moment. We are coming to really understand and kind of see more of Marlo. And I did actually enjoy her in this first episode of this here thing, to the point where I'm asking, just like they were trying to see, like, did she take something like a downer or something to keep herself really cool?
That's what Alexander
Because
Rogers said today.
she was real chill, and when people said things about her, she was like, and it's like, you know what? I like that.
I like that too. She wasn't all
You want
loud
to
and
know why she was
obnoxious.
quiet? You want to know why
Why?
she was quiet?
Why?
She was in fear of losing her peach because the people were dragging her and production was listening. So she had to.
Do y'all
Yeah.
think that Drew was right for telling Courtney, "Don't talk about my kid," or do you think she went a little
Yes.
too far? Did she
Nope.
Yeah,
misunderstand?
she did everything that she was supposed to do,
Right.
and
Mhm.
in the volume that she had it, the finger
Mhm.
pointing, all that stuff, all of that was very valid, because
Very much
anybody
so.
trying to speak, okay, just think,
Yes, Mike, I agree.
Regina,
I'm sorry.
just think,
Go ahead,
Regina,
Mike.
somebody that just became your husband's friend
Yeah.
just 20 minutes ago is going to
hmm
tell you about what's going on in your house.
hmm
And it's one thing to say that about me and the husband, but it's a totally different thing to include the child. Like,
Yeah.
no, that
Yeah.
was just low.
I think even a confessional, off camera, social media, phone calls, none of it should have the name of the child, even if you're trying to shame the wife or the husband. The child should not be mentioned. You should not even say child in any of your sentences, because that could be damaging. I understand what Drew was saying when she said my kid is going to see this. And I
Yeah,
get that.
Right.
And this little baby is probably going through a lot already with his father, his natural father, also seeing what's going on now with Ralph. And
stepfather.
so I get, what Drew was saying also. And I don't think Courtney realized it, but I'm hoping that Courtney will watch the replay and see her confessional, because maybe she wasn't all together there in her confessional.
Mm-mm. This
But
this is
I
the
She
bad
knew
thing
what
about
she knew
being
what
brand
she
new
said.
to this is the bad thing about being brand new to reality TV. When you
mhm.
don't understand that when that mic is on you, it is on.
Right.
Even when
Until
it's off its own.
that's how it needs to be. The only time you have that kind of kiki and talking is what once that mic is off of you and you are away from anybody else's mic.
Right.
I
And
I
don't
away
have a
even
from
think
question.
I don't even
production
think
altogether.
Yeah,
Wendy
I don't
had
think you should be messing with these kids in no frame of mind. None.
True.
exactly. Wendy had to learn that lesson the hard way when she was on that hot mic talking about me, honey. So
But
Child.
you
I have
have
a
you
question,
gotta
y'all.
understand.
Yep. And me and listen, and Wendy took a huge bite for that,
She
doing
did.
that. Come on now. I'm gonna come over to Latoya after I get this comment. Michael says Tyler Perry, he's saying Tyler, ignore her. We don't want a reality show from Tyler. It would not be watchable.
I agree. I agree. I
Tyler, I think it would be
agree.
good.
I
Did
think
And
it would
then
y'all
be decent, y'all.
And then
did
Aaron
y'all
said, hold on, Latoya. Aaron said, Courtney needs to stay so we can learn who she really is. I want to know her story.
She got
That's so
more.
sweet.
I don't
She
care,
got one.
y'all.
Go ahead,
I
I
don't
want to see
Latoya.
her
care.
get caught up some more.
did
Ooh, go
y'all
ahead.
notice did y'all notice how pissed off Drew got when she found out Marlo had talked to Ralph?
No, was
Uh,
it Drew or that was Kenya?
No,
Kenya.
Drew, when Kenya said, no, when Candy, I mean, shoot, when Marlo said, yes, I talked to Ralph and I told him, I hope that
mhm.
they work it out too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Drew popped that head to the side and she got mad and her nose started
and
flaring.
why
Yeah.
would Drew get mad when how did Ralph call Marlo when they were on the retreat to say, why you messing with my wife?
Exactly. Come on
So
now. It ain't the
who
first
gave
time.
him the number? Who gave him the number? So don't get mad that the number got locked in the phone.
Right.
Right. Exactly. I was wondering, did you catch that? I agree. Why you should have never gave him the number?
That's
There
why I
you
don't
go.
think Drew's right for the show. She's too immature. She's too childish for the show. I'm sorry, these are grown women, and you're not in the
Yeah.
league. At least not in my opinion.
Michael says she wasn't pissed when she had Ralph call her during the season. Exactly right, Michael. That's what we're just talking about. So when you give that number out and say, hey, baby, take care of this, don't think that number ain't going to get locked in, and don't think that number going to come back in. Hey, how you doing? Okay, you
Surprise,
good? Okay.
surprise.
Y'all going through a problem?
I think that don't kill me for this, but I honestly think when Drew gets away from Ralph, if she gets another season and her and Ralph are not in the house anymore and they're like really going through the divorce, I think that's when we will really finally get the real Drew.
Agree. I agree with
I
that.
don't know because y'all remember Drew is an actress. So I think
Exactly.
anytime the cameras are going, I think we're going to be getting and seen.
And to me, Drew is a little on the boring side, to be honest, compared to these other girls anyway. So she can go.
Yeah. Her fashion can't even keep us excied.
No,
So
not at all.
And y'all remember when she was like, "Oh, is it really going viral?" She didn't say that like she said that like she was excited, not like, oh no, not everybody's going to be hearing this about me,
Drew, and she always liked to throw numbers out. Oh, Andy asked her, how's the song doing? She said, oh, well, the video has over 100,000 views. And I'm like, Drew, don't say that. Oh,
Right.
You
he specifically asked her how the song is doing. That the answer requires a placement on a chart of some sort, Miss Drew. And you did not mention that whatsoever. And I think the reason why is because it is nowhere.
And then when you say the video got 100,000 views, are we talking YouTube? Are we talking Instagram? What are we talking?
She said 100,000 views in a day.
Girl, are those all the social media platforms together, or all the Drew? Stop, because you are a superstar. You are a superstar. We had over 215,000 views with Pastor Scott, Drew.
Wait a minute now, Regina. She ain't no superstar now. She's a celebrity. She's not a superstar.
Which one is higher, Latoya? Celebrity or superstar?
Superstar is higher. She is Beyonce is a superstar.
That's exactly what I'm about to say. And happy birthday, Beyonce. God bless you.
Yes, happy birthday to Beyonce.
Is a celebrity. I didn't say A-list celebrity. I just said celebrity.
Because a couple of people know her.
She should ever say numbers. I think she should just say, and Drew, learn this. Just say it's doing great.
Yes,
doing really well.
That's all she had to say.
That's
Thank you,
Regina. But
even
that tells you what
but
that tells you what she finds more important.
Numbers.
Right.
It's the numbers.
And the numbers ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. The numbers are not mathing. Even on my low numbers,
that's how embellishing.
I tell them, they ask me even on my low numbers.
She didn't have to say that. She could just say, "Oh wow, it is doing well," or "It's doing better than I thought that it would." I'm really happy with
even better answer.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how
it turned out.
Y'all.
Did y'all notice when she said the only thing I've ever lied about on camera is how much weight I lost?
That drop it by Drew done dropped another lie, child.
And I love and I don't exactly, I have a love, I don't know, relationship with Marlo. But when Marlo said what she said about that drop it with Drew, said we can't even get on, we can't get on the website.
Right.
We can't drop it by drop what? Oh, child.
Drop the link. Drop the link.
Okay. A working link. I prefer a working link where I can see something, honey.
Oh,
you and Sheree put some great webmasters and get y'all links working.
Sure.
Okay. It was a scheme that Anthony set up.
Apparently. Apparently. But thank you, Michael, for correcting us.
Yes.
Beyonce is legend. She's not a celebrity. She's legendary.
She's a legend, he says.
She's a legend. She's an icon. All the above.
All the above.
I don't know about y'all using the legend. I don't know about legend.
I'm unhappy that you don't know about that, but that's what Beyonce is. Okay.
I don't know about a legend. Superstar, yes.
She's all of that. Legendary.
Legend.
Well, who else from her? Now, see, this would be a conversation, a long conversation. We already an hour 27 minutes in here. I'm gonna leave that alone, but we're gonna let her have what it is.
Jennifer, we can pick this up at 9 o'clock. We can pick this up at 9 o'clock.
No, I got something to talk about at 9 o'clock. Okay.
So you guys,
we talk about lions at 9 o'clock.
I love that we've had this chit chat, and here I'm going to give you, if you guys came in at the beginning of the show, I said I have an announcement I'm going to make, and the announcement is this. Next season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, I will not be reviewing. I'm sorry, but unless they make some major changes that are going to make me pique my interest, I will not be doing weekly reviews on it. But don't feel sad. You can always come over there to JoJo Speaks and get your reality about these housewives of Atlanta. Now, here's what we're doing over here at the Juice Radio and Talk Show. We're focusing more on the mental awareness, mental health, mental stability. Things are going to help with family, friends, and stuff like that, marriages, relationships, and stuff like that. So we'll be focusing on some more stories in that area. Meanwhile, again, if you want to continue next season to watch Real Housewives of Atlanta review, join us over there on JoJo Speaks, where we'll be continuing the conversation over there. Now, I made this decision after watching this season reunion and looking at this, and I said it just is not something that I'm getting any enlightenment from. Yeah, we have the conversation, we have the chit chat, but really, wholeheartedly, how is it blessing our soul? How is it blessing our soul?
It's not serving you, Regina. It's just not serving you. And we understand that. We get that.
Right. And so we are going to be replacing it with some more reality shows geared more to the family, more to the marriages. So if you're some of those people like the 90-Day Fiancés and stuff like that, we're going to be replacing Real Housewives of Atlanta with some of those shows because marriage and relationship is what we want to start focusing on a little more on the show. Housewives, it's great, but I need to see some relationships that are working, that are going through some troubles, but then come back and they work. I want to focus more on the relationship aspect of it. Okay, so that's just my little chat, my little information for today. Next season, we will not be reviewing Housewives of Atlanta unless there's something that we may want to discuss, but we won't make a whole show out of it. Jonathan, I'm sorry to make that executive move.
You got to do what you got to do for your show, boo. I understand. I completely get it.
It didn't trigger me that way, but we're going to finish up because we don't start anything without finishing it.
Right.
So we are going to be watching the remaining season of the reality reunion. We're going to finish this up. We're going to have the chit chat. And then next season, we're going to be filling that with another show. Jonathan and I will talk and see what show we're going to fill that with. This is still Jonathan's platform. The reality segments, Monday night reality segments are still Jonathan's show. I still give him lead on that. However, after watching today's reunion, I just don't see that it's going to circle back to anything beneficial for the platform. Not that it's a bad show or anything. It's just that I want us to try and do some other chit chat conversations here. All right. So thank you all again for watching. I'm going to go ahead and get Jonathan to give us our closing thoughts on this reunion. And y'all remember to subscribe to JoJo Speaks. Light of the Leo is coming on tonight at 9 p.m. also. Y'all, we probably need to go over there to Light of Leo tonight and listen to some encouragement because
yes, come on.
This whole season with these Housewives of Atlanta. Jonathan, what's your closing thoughts for tonight's show?
I just have to say the lies. Drew is a liar. Yes, she is. But Kenya came out as the liar tonight.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed in her performance on this reunion. I don't expect it to get any better for part 2. So it is what it is. I was just disappointed overall, to be honest. It was lackluster, much like the season was lackluster.
Exactly. Lack to the lust to the turn. All right. Y'all, thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you, Erin. She said, respect the decision, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. I am here for what we have next. And we just go and see Real Housewives of Atlanta on JoJo Speaks.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. All right, you guys, we're getting ready to get out of here. But remember, we'll be back next week with another reality chat. Monday at 7 p.m. You'll remember to join us. And remember, if you haven't subscribed to the team's channels, go over there and subscribe tonight.
And make sure you watch Light of the Leo at 9 tonight. We are talking live tonight at 9, y'all.
Yes, she's coming on live now. Y'all come on and watch her because we need a refreshing after this one. We need a refresher. Yes. She's our refreshment. All right. So love y'all for watching. We're going to get out of here on the count of 3, team. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Bye, y'all.
Do you enjoy smooth jazz saxophone? TD McCullum has 2 singles available with more to come. The first is an original song called Groove With Me, featuring the classic sounds of Washington, D.C. go-go and his smooth jazz saxophone. The second is called Drunk on Love, a smooth jazz saxophone cover of Rihanna's Drunk on Love from her 2011 Talk That Talk album. Both are available on all major streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube Music, and more. Add them to your favorite library and playlist today. And follow Tyrone on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Mr. TD McCullum for your music and bookings. JoJo Speaks is a YouTube channel that goes live every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. with hot topics and social commentary. Come join the Light of the Leo, Mr. TD McCullum, and our good friend Mike, Mr. Real 121, for fun and JoJo's unique spin on today's top stories. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share, and comment. If you are struggling to figure out who you are and where you're heading, but need a little light to bring you back on track, subscribe to the Light of the Leo for some healing and real conversation. Here is where you will find encouragement and the reminder that you are not alone. Continue your journey to freely be yourself at all times with the Light of the Leo. She goes live Mondays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with her co-host, accountability partner, and little bro, JoJo Speaks. Join Faithful Warrior Ministries for our family and friends Saturday morning prayer. Every Saturday morning at 10-ish a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a great time catching up, sharing testimonies, and having transparent, real conversations about life. We encourage each other and show how we can fit God into each equation of our lives. Enjoy a devotional reading and family prayer. You have a prayer family with Faithful Warrior Ministries. Subscribe on YouTube at Faithful Warrior Ministries, and on Facebook, like us at Faithful Warrior Men. That's M-I-N as in Ministries. Join Pastor Lorenzo Evans and Living in Grace Ministries. The messages are not social media driven. They teach what's true and not what's popular. Living in Grace Ministries goes live every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube to Living in Grace Ministries and click on the notification bell. Pastor Lorenzo also has It Takes a Village podcast on the first and third Saturday of each month, pushing to bring back the village concept. We are more powerful when we are united. Together we stand, and division is not an option. A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, RHOA Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.